Hi everyone, welcome back to Average Fitness, fitness tips for the average person. Today's video is a full body warm up and stretch routine to get your body ready for your workout. We're going to be mobilizing our joints, making sure they're nice and loose, raising the heart rate and stretching out all the major muscle groups to get you ready. Let's do it. Okay, so as I said, we're going to start by getting our joints warmed up nice and slowly, making sure that we're not going to be experiencing any joint pain in the morning. First things first, make sure you've got a bit of space to work out in, stick your arms out to the side, and then very, very slowly just move your arms forward in circles, gradually getting bigger every time. 2 or 3 more rotations, and then we'll start again going backwards. 2 or 3 more, and shake it off a little bit. Alright, next, arms out again, and we're going to twist. The back leg is going to follow, so the foot spins to point the way your head is pointing. Nice and easy, left and right. About 3 or 4 on each side. Not looking to go very, very far with these. Just a slight stretch. And shake it off. Same again, arms out. And we'll go to the side. A couple of times each side. Alright, shake it off a little bit. Next, you're going to be bringing your heels up to your backside, nice and slowly, nice and easy, and then you're going to switch to bringing your knees up, nice and easy, nothing too strenuous at this stage, just getting those joints mobilized, and then bring your knee up and around, warming up the hips. One more on each side. And make sure you've got some space out in front of you. You're going to reach up as high as you can, come down, bend the knees, walk out into a plank position, and then back in, bend the knees, come back up. There's 1. We'll do 2 more of those. Last one, high as you can, stretch down, out into a plank position, hold for a split second, and back up. Alright, shake it off. 2 more. I'm going to spin sideways for this one. You're going to come down to your hands and knees. Place your hands directly under your shoulders, your knees directly under your hips. Stretch your right leg backwards as far as you can, and your left arm as far as you can. Bring them in, and back out. 2 more times. And then back to the start, and you're going to switch positions. Switch arms, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 1 more, and finally, hands together and roll your wrists a couple of times each way, and back to your feet. Easy. Okay, now that our joints are all nice and loose, we're going to raise our heart rate and get our muscles nice and warm, ready for exercise. So we're just going to start off with a very, very, very light jog. Barely letting your feet touch the floor, leave the floor, excuse me, for a few seconds. Try and keep your core tight but everything else loose. A couple of seconds, and then you're going to move in to butt kicks again. So bringing your heels up, nice and soft, being mindful of the neighbours down below. A few more seconds, and then you're going to bring your knees up, nice and high. Again, keeping your core nice and tight as you're going. A couple more seconds here. Stop, shake it off. Then you're going to bring your knee up to your opposite elbow. It's 1, 3, 5. We'll do 8 on each side. 8, switch legs. Again, keep your core nice and tight. 4, 7, and 8. Shake it off a little bit. Alright, back into butt kicks. A little bit quicker this time. Try to get those heels a little bit higher. A few more seconds. Move into high knees. A few more seconds here. And shake it off. And then again, bringing your knee across. A little bit faster this time. 2 more, and switch legs. 2 more, and shake it off a little bit. Alright, next, leg swings. Take a step forward with your weaker leg, keep your core nice and tight, bring your fists up, and you're going to swing your back leg, keeping it perfectly straight. Quite low for the first 5, a little bit more effort on the next 5, and for the final 5, maximum effort. Off you go. Keep your core tight. That's 5, a little bit higher this time. 1 more, full effort. 2 more, and you're done. Shake it off a little bit. Switch legs. Other foot forward, core nice and tight, fists up. First 5, nice and easy. Keep your back leg straight. A little bit more effort now. 2 more, and maximum effort. Alright, well done, shake it off. Now we're going to move down to the floor and do some press-ups. Depending on your fitness levels, if you want to do press-ups on your knees, that's absolutely fine. If that's still too much, do it against a kitchen bench or a wall or what have you. So, hands directly under your shoulders, keep your core nice and tight, and we'll do 5. Take a rest, stretch back, couple of seconds, 5 more. And stretch back again, and back to your feet. Shake it off a little bit. Last exercise in the moment is going to be squats. Feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing slightly outwards if needs be, or directly forwards. Keep your core nice and tight. Make sure your backside goes backwards. Keep your chest nice and high. 1, 2, 3, 4, last one, 5, shake it off a little bit, and 5 more. Keep your core nice and tight, keep your chest up, if you can, depending on how flexible you are at the hips. 2 more. Alright, give every limb and every joint a little shake, and that's the warm-up completed. Now we're going to do some stretches, and then we're good to go with your workout. So, first stretch is going to be stretching the chest or the pec muscle. What you want to do is find a steady surface, a wall or what have you. Put your arm up against it. Make sure your arm is slightly above 90 degrees. Then you're going to twist very, very slightly. You should feel that stretch across your chest. A couple of seconds there. And switch arms. Slightly higher than 90 degrees. Keep your arms straight. Slight twist. You don't need to twist very far, believe me. Couple more seconds. And shake it off. Next, bring one arm under your chin. Use the other arm to hold it against you. You should feel the stretch down the outside of your shoulder. Couple of seconds here. Shake it off, switch arms, and shake it off. And finally we're going to stretch your triceps. So one arm up above your head, bend at the elbow so your forearm comes behind your head. You bring your other hand up to hold against your elbow and stretch that back of the arm muscle, the tricep. Couple more seconds here, and then we'll switch. Very, very important to get fully warmed up, fully stretched before you're working out. Not only does it help you avoid injury, it helps you avoid feeling as sore the next day. It stops you getting demotivated for your next workout because of how much pain you're going to be in. Next, feet slightly wide on hip width apart, core nice and tight, arms out, and you're going to twist to the side, keeping your legs straight until your upper arm is facing directly upwards. A couple of seconds here. You don't want to be bending forward at this point. Back up, directly to the side, not bending forward. A couple of seconds here. and back up to the top. And then from here, we're going to go into the classic hamstring stretch, which is one of two hamstring stretches we're going to do. Feet much wider than hip width apart. In fact, maybe even slightly further again. You're going to bend at the hips, keep your legs straight, keep your knees off lock if you can, but keep your legs as straight as you can. Few seconds here. Couple more seconds, and then you're going to slowly move over to one side, very, very slightly. Couple of seconds there, and back and over to the other side. Couple more seconds there. Back to the center, and back up nice and slowly. Step your legs out a couple of times just to get the blood flowing back again. And then you're going to bring your foot up to your backside, grab hold of your foot, squeeze it in, keep your knees together if you can, grab onto something to balance if needs be, and stretch that quad muscle. A few more seconds. It's a big muscle, so it needs a bit of a longer stretch. And shake it off. Switch legs. Find your balance. A couple more seconds. And then we'll move into the second of two hamstring stretches. Shake it off a little bit. So for the second hamstring stretch, you're going to take a small step forward. You're going to keep both legs straight. I'm going to move sideways so you can see the form properly. Small step forward, about maybe 1.5 feet in between your feet. Keep your legs straight. You're going to bend forward at the hip. You don't need to go very far, and you should feel a stretch in the front leg hamstring, so the back of the front leg. Like I say, you can see I don't need to stretch forward very far. I have quite inflexible hamstrings, but even so, even if you're very, very flexible, you won't need to stretch far to get a good stretch in your hamstring here. If you keep both legs straight, which is the key. A couple more seconds, and back up, and you're going to switch legs, both legs perfectly straight, bend forward at the hips, a couple of seconds, two more, and back up. And that's it. Every single major muscle in our body is fully warmed up, fully stretched, heart rate's gone up, blood's flowing, ready to start your workout.